as opposed to like his
I don't get it.
solutions.
His midlife crisis.
Yeah, I know.
Bleach your
I
hair.
know you.
Bleach your
I know
hair.
you can't stand the fucking. You can't stand the platinum blonde hair dye.
I can't.
A vape, platinum blonde hair, and a hook earring, bro.
The hook earring.
Right. He's got a
I know
convertible.
you.
100%
I know
got
you
a
don't
convertible.
like it, but we need to put on our big boy pants and get over it.
His midlife crisis is coming out.
He's got a convertible, but it's an automatic, so it's just like
It's an automatic. Yeah, play it.
midlife shit. All right, area.
All right, guys. So I've been warning you for a while now. They are coming for Social Security. Trump is coming for Social Security. Elon's coming for Social Security. The Republicans in Congress are coming for Social Security. They're all in agreement.
But
with
Democrats
for
were as
Social
well.
Security. Right. It's one of
They
the
were.
Kyle.
last remaining amazing government
They set the-
programs.
they set
that
the plate
is
for
wildly
this shit.
successful. It took the number of seniors
I didn't
who have
literally-
lived in poverty.
That's a good point.
Used to.
Was the table not set for these things to take act? Like
No, they were.
that's
So
why.
it's just pretend that these guys just came in. No, they set the table. They just didn't cook the meal and serve it.
That has been a thing. I mainly talk more about foreign policy than anything else. That is 100% a deal with that. 100%. One team helps the other, and they set each other up. And that's why the shit we just watched, where I'm like, damn it, like, am I getting all like, I don't know, am I getting enough information?
No, in a lot of the ways that matter, they're two wings of the same party.
Yes.
Let's let Eminem speak.
You're not bugging.
Right.
Eminem.
It's one of the last remaining
Eminem/Ludacris.
amazing government programs that is wildly successful.
NSYNC.
It took the number of seniors we have living in poverty from over 30% to 10%. Like, it's a massive political third rail. Like, if you touch it, you get cooked in the next election. That's how it works. But they're trying these clever little tricks to cut it. So they're going to cut it and tell you, no, I'm not pissing on you. It's raining. What are you talking about? Okay. So let me walk you through this. First of all, Doge and Elon Musk. Yet again, they illegally hacked another government agency. This time, it's Social Security that they hacked into. So look at this. This is from, first it's Mediaite. The title is, Social Security Commissioner reportedly ousted after denying
this
Elon
picture they
Musk
picked.
access to sensitive files. So yet
Ew.
again, you have another career apolitical bureaucrat, like the experts who
Pretty
actually
sure they
do
even
the
filtered
hard
it.
work of
They
government.
do that shit.
Dot the I's,
Oh, yeah.
cross the T's, do everything that has to be done. They said when Elon came in and his pilled up Groiper 19-year-olds came in and they demanded access to Social Security.
Groiper.
I'm not giving you access. No, that's wildly illegal. That's totally unconstitutional.
Also fucking trash.
I'm going to have
Holy
nothing to do with this
Christ.
whatsoever. I'm blocking you from doing it. Well, then the pressure came down on her and she was forced to resign. This is exactly what happened at the Treasury Department, where David LeBrick, another career bureaucrat, apolitical guy, does all the hard work. He was the acting secretary. He goes, well, I'm not letting you in. That's not happening. So fuck off. And then
Treasury's under executive.
boom, he has to resign. Then you have all of the Doge hackers illegally messing around in the back of the Treasury, getting all of our sensitive information, all of our bank information, etc. Right? And then here we go. Here we go again. Totally illegal, totally unconstitutional. Every court in America would say you can't do that. Get the fuck out of there. They're in there. So here's some specifics on it. The Social Security Administration's acting commissioner has stepped down from her role at the agency over Department of Government Efficiency requests to access Social Security recipient information, according to two people familiar with the official's departure who were not authorized to discuss the matter publicly. Acting Commissioner Michelle King's departure from the agency over the weekend after more than 30 years of service was initiated after King refused to provide Doge staffers in the SSA with access to sensitive information, the people said Monday. Okay, so again, wildly illegal, wildly unconstitutional. They've now set their sights on Social Security. By the way, it's very strange how Elon and his Doge sycophants, what did they do? They hacked the NIH and cut cancer research for kids, massive cuts to the NIH. They hacked USAID, got rid of every single soft power move that the U.S. had, like funding HIV medicine, for example, for kids.
They're evil.
Gutted that. Gutted
That's
that
the
entire
message.
agency. They're destroying the Department of Education.
Killing kids.
The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the anti-scam police, destroyed that. Now they're going into Social Security.
He's
Very
worried about that
strange
AIDS
how They've
medicine.
done all of
Well, wow. Anyways,
He's getting to the point we were talking about, but
yeah. Well, it's like
He's worried about that AIDS medicine, bro.
as much as
Gotta get
I've
some of that AIDS medicine.
as much as I've insulted Kyle, he's gonna have a point now because look who he's arguing against. Other clear as day, full of shit, trash ass, dweeby fucking humans that need bodyguards for the rest of their lives. These trash can humans, bro. I'm telling you.
Nah. Social
but he's
Security
using
was
that.
never constitutional. Social Security was never constitutional.
Oh,
It
dude.
came in with the welfare state. It's all part of the fucking what's his name? Theodore Roosevelt. All part of that.
You mean FDR?
Great Society. No,
with all the social programs?
Yeah,
FDR.
Yeah. The Great Society thing.
Whatever.
Great New Society, whatever you call it.
The New Deal.
The New Deal, yeah.
Whatever. Here we go. Dubster. Here we go.
All of these different agencies.
This is very biased.
Totally illegally, but they haven't touched the Pentagon yet. You keep hearing like whispers, maybe they're doing the Pentagon now. They haven't done it yet. Weird. Why? Because the reality is this. They will not cut Pentagon spending at all.
Yeah,
and to the extent that they maybe do a tiny bit, the move will be cut off money to, say, Raytheon and Boeing and give those same contracts, those multi-billion-dollar contracts, give them to the tech broligarchs who Elon is friends with.
Peter Thiel.
Right? Peter Thiel and Mark Andreessen and Elon Musk and all
these
that's broligarchs. They want that gravy train coming to them. Elon already got a new $400 million contract to do armored Teslas. He got $20 billion.
That was under Joe Biden.
Government subsidies.
That doesn't mean anything. Like
that only helps.
There's a whole talking point. Rachel Maddow came out like he got this $400 million contract. How dare them? This is a conflict of interest.
Yeah, it is.
And then what was it? The point out was he was given this contract by Joe Biden.
Doesn't make it any better.
And that's
there's no.
That's what everyone's complaining about. So it's the same thing. In fact, we just said the continuation from one presidency to another.
Exactly. I said like literally like you set the table and someone you leave the room, someone else walks in and you put the food down.
Yep.
Someone else walks in, then they set the dinner plates for like the dessert. I didn't do it. Johnny did it. It's like, yeah, but you set the fucking table, asshole. You lit the candles. I saw you. It's like, for what? Just for decorative purposes? It's like, yeah. It's like, fuck out of here. You're lying to me. No one does that. It's weird.
Now, if I saw that shit, as far as the story that Kyle's talking about, once again, my number one thing is foreign policy because, like, how do you ignore bodies blown up, right? How do you ignore that?
How do you ignore dead children 3 continents away?
Interesting. Foreign policy is the least important thing to me. I couldn't give a fuck about the rest of them.
I could tell.
Yeah, we know you're lying. Anyways, yeah. So it's like, if you're gonna be like a new thing, a new type of government, that would be the number one target, would it not be? Any type of military action, or even like the thing that fans are saying he got screwed over in his first term with, like, oh, they were doing things behind his back, the CIA, the deep state, right? Wouldn't he like take care of them first? But yo, you guys are doing foreign actions that I don't want. So I'm gonna stop you guys first by pulling your funding. Instead, as always, they target the smallest people they can find, and then claim the other guys are bullies trying to stop them from doing it. I mean,
you always have an out. You always have an out.
All them 200-year-olds, he's not gonna get their check next month. Oh.
Is this guy like serious?
Nah, he's being
it's like weird.
What's his name, Anthony?
It's actually weird. Like
the Fox Sports guy. Or Skip Bayless.
Okay.
Skip Bayless. He's being Skip Bayless. He's being like the the counter or whatever. Just failing and he's laughing while he's doing it, so it doesn't work.
I'm laughing because you don't fucking get it. We winning, motherfucker. It's not going back your way.
It ain't no we.
And he knows that. We need to stop playing. Every time you say shit like that, Dubster, I'm just like, yeah, he's trolling. And I just move on with my day.
There's a club and you're not in it.
He knows that already. He knows that. But let's keep it moving. Here we go.
Sad.
welfare, taxpayer
It's
money.
now Peter Thiel's club.
So maybe they do a little virtue signal 3% cut, again, illegally, in Pentagon spending, but that money is just going to be redirected from Raytheon and Boeing into the pockets of the tech oligarchs
So essentially,
so
it's
they
this.
can get the contracts
it.
and they can make the weapons of the future.
It's essentially the same thing as someone like saying, "Move the troops out of this region." No, you put them on the border. I know what you're doing. Or you took them out and you replaced them with military contractors, which is essentially from the same like entity. So it makes no difference.
Yeah,
That's what he's
it's
referring
the
to,
same thing.
essentially. But the main thing I'm sure he's going to get, the only reason why I'm saying don't skip to 650 is because it's like someone kind of laying out like groundwork and then they get into, even though I know it's him.
Yeah.
But just information wise, that's it. So that's all.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, Trump did that during his first term.
I know. Yeah.
Troops are leaving Syria. They end up in Iraq. Some stay in Syria anyways. Then they have these things called special forces that they don't apparently count as troops. And then he starts changing rules around about like, oh, how many dead bodies can we show coming back to the United States? Oh, let me change that rule. Let me revert back to the Bush era rules in regards to talking about casualties or any statistics in regards to what's happening in these conflicts. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. And let's be real. For me, it feels like something like Raytheon's like a fucking dinosaur now. And something like whatever these other guys are into, the tech bros are into, seems to be the new thing. They were telling you since during Hillary's fucking run, they're telling you cyber war is going to be the future of war. Right? Wasn't that a fucking tagline from these fools?
Yeah.
So I'm just
Water
saying.
wars.
And Trump didn't deny that. He just denied working with Russia. That's all he denied. But he didn't deny fucking any type of cyber war things and that being the future of anything and yada yada yada. He's buying right into the tech shit. Him and his VP.
Did you guys hear that Elon has put an offer to buy OpenAI from Sam Altman for $94 billion?
No.
Yeah, that was about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's mostly bullshit. He
Well,
said
you
that.
know how when he made the move to buy Twitter, he's saying like, look, you have to explain to your stockholders why you're not selling to me since I'm the best thing for this company, since I'm offering this amount of money. He's doing basically that same thing again, where he's saying the best you're gonna get out of this open AI thing is what I'm offering right now. He's making it,
Well,
I guess they call it a aggressive move or something.
yeah,
Okay.
well, he doesn't have the money, but the CEO is trying to buy it from this it's under like a fund or some kind of nonprofit, and so he's trying to buy it, and it was a lot less than that. So like Elon doesn't have the money for that, but he said that, but it's to screw them over. That's why he is it.
No, Jesse. He's gonna get
Increase the value.
He's gonna get a government subsidy. Don't worry. He'll have the money.
He has a net
Well,
worth of 400
possibly.
billion. Do you mean he doesn't have 94 billion in cash? Is that what you mean?
Yes. Yeah, like he doesn't have like funds for it. Yeah.
The biggest trust fund baby I've ever seen.
He's a spoiled brat.
By the way, Twitter sucks ass now, bro. Like it was bad before. It's just worse. It's straight up worse.
You don't like all the freedom of speech allowed except for talking about Jews?
That's
Yeah, you can't
not
so
even
much
my
as
thing
mention
there.
Palestine up there, but you're allowed to suck Hitler off all day.
Is this like a parody of what it's supposed to be? Like, am I
Well,
hearing?
they
That's
traded
bad.
one algorithm for another, and it's just a worse algorithm. If that makes sense.
Yeah, there's open Nazi shit all over the fucking place now.
And porn.
You know how YouTube, the home of censorship, and the lefties and the Democratic weirdos, or whatever. I still see my recommendations, and they all make sense. When I go on Twitter, these fools I've never looked at before, never heard from before, don't care to look at, period, are all over my fucking timeline. Straight up.
It's a gathering of the groypers.
It's like, I don't care to hear from these fools. Like, They're saying the same dumb shit, or they're dick riding Trump, or whatever the fuck they're doing. And it's just like, this is boring and uninformative.
Yeah, the algorithm on Twitter now is purpose built to inflict that shit on as many people as possible.
So it's like it's just
It's absurd.
It's a shitty app, bro. It's actually dog shit. It's like a bad
Also,
app.
the site site
Actually.
itself just runs awful now.
Yeah, it's just. I guess he expanded how many characters you can use. That's okay.
Big whoop.
But
the rest of the site is fucking busted.
Yeah, it's like it's actually a shittier app, believe it or not. But whatever. Maybe he'll do that with he'll self-sabotage U.S. programs. All right, here we go.
Of the tech oligarchs, so they can get the contracts and they can make the weapons of the future, like AI stuff and drones, for example. That's what's going to happen. And as I said, if it's such a priority, why have you not fucking done that yet? But you've cut cancer research for kids. You've cut the anti-scam police. This guy's a criminal. This guy's a fucking criminal. He needs to be locked up. All right.
By the way, and Kyle's doing some pageantry here. I don't know exactly how those programs work, right? The National Institute of Health or any of these. I don't know exactly how they work.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Regardless, the company that makes bodies blow up anywhere on the planet, like that should be priority one, I think, right? Or like the first thing you look at. It's all priority one, but like that's like one of the first things you look at. How do we not shoot people? Right? Is there a way to stop shooting people, right? If you're some sort of righteous being coming into office, right? Like, I need to cut spending because it's causing harm around the world. Let's start with this thing over here, and it's like,
yeah, maybe we shouldn't
school
blow
lunch
up,
program or something. It's like, really?
Maybe we shouldn't be blowing up children in Iraq.
Like, listen, there may be like some sort of scam from the chicken nugget lobbyists. They're like, oh, yes, make school lunches like this so that I get all the profits from all the chicken nuggets being sold, right? There's that. I get that as being like a problem, right? But then there's like, yo, we directly shoot, aim, kill these motherfuckers over here. Shouldn't that be like, I don't know, I'd be like, let's stop that first. Let's just saying, let's end that first. So even if Kyle giving this pageantry to these other programs or institutions or whatever, you don't have to take that and accept it from Kyle. But at the same time, like if you had an option between stopping the chicken nugget industry and straight up directly blowing up people, like okay, let's stop the blowing up people first. Now, like you could probably do both at the same time, whatever. But you get my point. It's like if you're claimed to be some righteous person, and you like, no, we'll get to the bombing people later. Okay, right now we got to focus on the chicken nuggets. Okay, chicken nuggets are unhealthy. The chicken nugget, the Hamburglar is running amok with school kids' lunches. We need to stop them. Okay, like okay, I understand that, but you're ignoring that big bomb over there. You're ignoring it.
You know why we must stop the chicken nugget company conspiracy problem first?
Fuck.
Because Tice's Chicken hires illegal aliens, and we're getting them motherfuckers out of our goddamn motherfucking country.
Is that like
All
serious?
right?
Okay, that was my point at all. So
Yeah,
even your reference was off.
I could tell the inflection is troll.
The thing you told me, I can see it now. Yeah.
Exactly. But I took something less severe than chicken nuggets, right? Or more severe, I mean, with cancer research. But whatever.
Anyway.
He said that point actually bothered me because he said, he's stripping funding from NIH and cancer, children cancer research, right?
Yeah.
So what does that sound like? It sounds like, oh, there's this line item, there's this funding we want to take out. Like they looked at that one and there's like, oh, children, no, fuck them, right? Like that's how the impression he's trying to give.
Yes.
But
yep.
My impression would be they must have probably stripped a lot of possibly everything or just a whole, like broad brush.
Yep.
And so for the politics, they go and look at what is something that was actually worth spending. Like, well, something in there, and they dig in, and it's like, oh, look, they cut this, and just focus on that when there's a whole big picture, and they're just gonna, basically twist it, right?
Yeah,
Like I don't know what was cut from this. Like I'm not more educated from listening to that. I'm actually, I think, less educated
that's what I'm saying. Like,
by hearing.
irregardless of the pageantry of Kyle Kulinski, like you would think a top priority would be like, how do we not bomb innocent people anymore?
Yes.
If you're
Yes.
some sort of so-called righteous, uplifting, fucking new era of politics thing, if you're gonna be that, wouldn't that be like, I don't know, that feel like it'd be like up there in priority. And
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
We call Raytheon and we get better laser guided missiles.
Oh my soul. All right.
Anyways, there we go.
But I'm just getting started. So they're going after Social Security. Okay. So you have to come up with some story, right? You have to come up with some cover story to lie to the American public to make it seem like, no, it's cool. Don't worry. Everything's good. Don't worry. Don't look over here. Everything's fine, right? So Elon Musk
Probably
has now been spreading this lie for about a week. The lie is, man, me and my genius team, we realized, looking at the Social Security code, that there's a lot of 150-year-olds getting Social Security. People 150 years old getting Social Security. Obviously, this is fraudulent. Obviously, this is nonsense. Obviously, the majority of people who are over the age of 100 still getting Social Security. That's like not real. So you guys, he literally argued that like,
and they also voted Democrat.
Social Security money being spent is fraudulent. Okay, if you believe that, you're a fucking moron. But if I'm being honest with you, I don't think he believes it. I think he knows he's lying. Okay, all right, ready? So Trump comes out. Oh God!
I mean, I don't need Kyle to tell me
Trump
this.
comes out and repeats.
Chicago's mask off is like, we don't need you to say this either. Exactly. It's like,
I know.
do we need you to say that? But whatever.
Yeah, let's
Elon's lie,
see.
which is an indication he's going to green light. Yeah, go ahead. You guys want to slash around in the back of Social Security and cut whatever you want to cut? Go right ahead. I'll just tell the world we're getting rid of waste, fraud, and abuse, and so it's fine.
Waste, fraud, and abuse.
It's not abuse. They are lying about
Wait,
the fact.
is that what he's gonna say? I didn't hear.
Here we go. Listen to what he says.
But when I saw the Social Security numbers, I said, wow, that's really something. So we have, let's go above 100 years old. We have
That's king, I
millions
guess.
and millions of people over 100 years old. Everybody knows that's not so. We have a very corrupt country.
I think he's out of it, bro.
Very corrupt
His face looks
country,
like
and it's a sad thing
Skeletor
to
and
say,
shit.
but,
This fool looking sick, bro. He looks sick to me. To be real with you, this fool does not look healthy. I don't know. He looks kind of crazy to me. Like, you okay, man?
I heard shit, bro. Like he's allegedly on a bunch of stuff.
Hey, man, can we do some blood tests, man? Is this fool okay? He looks wrecked to me.
His brain's falling out of his fucking ears.
Yeah.
Like,
Little
that
off.
is not what a healthy person sounds like.
And if he accidentally starts World War III, they'll be like, well, it was Trump's doctor. He gave him the medicine that corrupted his brain, and they'll find a way to protect him.
No. They hire like his doctor to be the guy who helped Michael Jackson. His doctor.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, there we go.
Hey.
People over 100 years old. Everybody knows that's not so.
Hit that vape go.
We have a very corrupt country. Very corrupt country, and it's a sad thing to say, but
say words, big words.
We're figuring it out. Now, the good thing about
big
Social
words,
Security,
wonderful
what I read,
words, tremendous
is
words. My words are the
if we
best.
take all of
Many
those
people are
numbers
saying
off,
this.
because they're obviously fraudulent or incompetent. But if you take all of those millions of people off Social Security, all of a sudden we have a very powerful Social Security with people that are 80 and 70 and 90, but not 200 years old.
Okay, let's take those off.
You know, so it's a
So he's gonna resettle that money of these fake 150-plus-year-olds and recirculate it back to the actual recipients of Social Security. So their checks are gonna like double, right? That's what he's saying?
No.
Triple?
No, he's gonna
quadruple. Quadruple, right,
No,
Dubster?
he's already told you what he's gonna. He's already said what he's gonna do with it. It's gonna be used to pay down 20% of the fraud he finds is gonna be going to paying down the national debt. He said he was gonna work with Putin and China. He was gonna work with Putin and China to cut the military spending in half for all three of our countries.
No, hold on.
Social
My
security
bad.
money?
Hold on. You jumped to two different topics right there. You just said
Yeah.
they'll use 20% for whatever, right? And then you said they're going to cut military spending too. So like that's just adding money to the pool, right? Up, sir.
It's gonna.
Where's that money go?
It's just a
the
cut.
military.
It's just gonna be less government spending.
Oh, we're using this magical pony rainbow unicorn thing called the national debt. And whenever we have enough money to do like damn, bro. Listen, I don't know. What would we do?
And then he's
We're gonna end the NASA.
On the record.
We're gonna end the NASA program. NASA's done with. We end it. We have all this freed up money. What are we gonna do with it? National debt.
for the last
It's like what?
for the last week.
Like, yeah.
They've been talking about sending out a $5,000 check to every citizen.
Now,
Or every
tax
taxpayer.
refund. Yeah,
My ass.
Okay.
No
It's a
fucking
di-
way
he
they're
called-
gonna do
he
that.
That's
called
a-
it dividend.
a one-time payment or forever.
No, they're gonna
One-time payment?
abolish the IRS. They're gonna abolish the IRS
No, wait.
and the Federal Reserve.
Every-
No more
I don't
taxes?
know how they're
Every
gonna do that.
American one-time $5,000 tax rebate, wherever the fuck.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
you
account
got
for
a
all the money,
calculator in front of you?
right?
What is 5,000 times 300 million?
Oh my.
Every person doesn't get 5,000.
Joe.
Yeah.
But no, not if
Yeah.
he said all taxpayers.
Yes, James.
So
Just
if
wait.
you didn't, I don't know
So you get a
how that's gonna be
one-time
figured.
payment of $5,000, and that's what you get for being screwed over by your own Social Security. The bank of Social Security that you built up, that every American worker has built up for years
No,
and
no,
years and
it's
years,
across-
they get
it's across
$5,000.
All the things. It's across all the things in fraud he's finding. They've already said like there's gonna be over $1 trillion they're gonna
Well-
find.
When Biden does something like that, if he was so generous and he's not, the complaint would be that this causes inflation. You're pumping money into, like, you're gonna pay more for things. Isn't that?
So 5,000 times 300 million. What do we got?
Oh my God.
Like, who cares? It
Who
doesn't mean
who
anything.
told me there's 20 million people that are over 100 years old that are getting Social Security? Who told me that? Someone told me that, right?
I did.
Okay. How much money is that?
I don't know. It depends. You could been on the dole and you still get $800 a week or
Okay.
a month,
Okay.
and then you could be like a CEO and you don't get. Well, what do you get then? And
You don't
then
get more.
what do you get for
So-
being
They're going to take the leftovers. Okay, they're going to say, we're not going to pay the Social Security recipients anymore. What we're going to do is we're going to pay the people that didn't get Social Security and pay them the leftovers of these non-existent 120-plus-year-old people. We're going to pay them those leftovers?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
If they went
No,
to people
it's
in the first place.
everybody that's paid tax, and I don't know how that figures in. Like how that's who's getting the $5,000 check, I guess, or they're gonna give it to all 300 million American citizens because there's 30 million illegals in our country, so they ain't getting shit.
Right.
Ugh.
So all of that of years and years and years through this Doge investigation, they found out that 150-year-olds were getting fucking Social Security. All of the years and years and years of that, everyone gets a one-time $5,000 check, and that's it.
Yeah, it's of the
Yeah.
USA.
It
It makes
USA.
sense. That don't make sense,
No.
dude.
Joe,
Oh,
doesn't,
right.
doesn't the Pentagon like misplace trillions of dollars?
Oh, they
Isn't that
can't
1.5
account for like 2/3 of the fucking money they got.
What was
Okay.
it? There was
Okay.
one
Just
thing
checking.
They failed
Elon
the last
Musk
several audits in a row.
But we're gonna do the national debt thing though. Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Elon Musk said when he audited the Treasury, there was 4.7 trillion that didn't even have like a title to what the payments were for.
300
They're just
million
blank.
times
I don't believe a word
5,000
that guy says.
is
I
1.5
don't know.
trillion dollars.
It's all
That's
Peanuts.
we are not
So-
shown any
Peanuts
evidence
and
on
national
any of
scale,
this
right?
stuff.
it is peanuts.
And a
but
national scale,
like,
that's peanuts.
it is. But at the same time, like this is how you work down the national debt.
Sure, but when has that been significant? Let's be honest about that.
It
When
doesn't
has
matter.
the national debt ever been like actually significant? It hasn't been.
Never, never. They've been using it as like a ghost, really.
So that's whatever then. So like
They've
once again, I'm
never
asking
paid-
again, Dubster.
It's a mute
No.
point.
Hold on. The
It's
way
one of the
central
promises.
banking, the way central banking works, you can never pay down the debt anyway.
Okay, no, Dubster. Okay, let's say that in year one they
You don't
find
pay
out.
a dollar to it.
Holy shit! Year one, they all this money spent on Social Security of people that are dead or don't exist anymore, or whatever the fuck, right? Like, okay, here's a $5,000 check. What about the money those dead people would have gotten the next year, and the year after that, and the year after that? Like, where does that money go? Do they just say national debt? It's
No,
it's gone now.
it's
National
not.
debt. It's gone. Is that where it goes?
It stops.
National debt.
It stops being part of government spending, so
Oh
it's no
my
longer
God.
a government
What?
spending issue.
Well, hey,
I
listen, man.
don't even think they're spending it. I mean, it's possible that they're not actually issuing those checks, and the amount would be like nothing, or it's insignificant.
As far as national
Well, I mean,
debt
they're
goes,
not
it is
No,
insignificant.
as far as like
Straight
how
up
many people are.
insignificant.
No, how many people are getting these checks? How many 200-year-olds are getting Social Security checks?
Someone told me 20 million. Dubster told me
They
20
said
fucking
4
million.
3.5
Yeah, but
million,
are
something
they
like that.
actually getting it?
Hold on. I
No,
want
no. For the 200-year-olds, there's 3.4 million that are getting these
That's
checks.
200, but then there's 150.
Elon
right?
Musk and Donald Trump.
Then there's 150,
Over
right?
100. They broke it down to every 10 years. So 150, 159, 160 to 169.
I
They
doubt
gave
broke
you
it
the
down.
numbers
Yeah.
of people that are getting,
It is retarded.
and what they said. And what they said, they broke it down like that.
I doubt they broke
And
it
then
down.
in
I'm
total,
pretty
it's
sure
20
they just
million,
said out loud.
right? Or 20 mil-ish,
From
right?
from 100 years old and older, put it all together, it's about 20 million. That's what they said.
Well, there are some over 100-year-old people existing in America.
There's
I have to
one
assume
guy
there is,
that's
right?
360 years old.
Can we?
No,
can we
not
look at
no. You
that?
didn't go.
Can we see the chart?
No, no, Jordan, play this. Play it.
I'm
Just
wrecked.
look at the.
Just a little bit more.
Just look
Just a
at what the
Okay,
title
okay.
says on the chart, or the footnotes,
Is
or
he?
what's
Is
on
he
the
gonna?
columns.
Yeah. Is he gonna go
Don't
over
just
this, James?
I think so. That's
Okay.
the only reason why I wanted to bring it up.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't go by the headlines or what the media says. Look at the chart, and you'll be more informed.
Jesse's wrecked, bro. I hear it as
Well, it's like
he's
they went over it.
wrecked.
It's like, did they, or did they just say
It's
things
like,
out
it's
loud?
like, wait, this is bad writing. How do we fix this?
They said things out loud. Is what I.
Okay, they didn't like pull out a chart and like break it down over an hour and
No,
go over every.
I wouldn't trust their
listening to
chart
this-
either,
I'm
to be honest with you.
listening to
But
I'm listening to this when Alex Jones is playing it. So
oh
that's all I
my
heard.
god, I'm hitting play. Alex fucking Jones. Oh wait,
All these-
David Icke's been wrecking this fool left and right on Twitter, by the way. Hey, here we go.
Heard.
but not 200 years old. You know, so it's a very positive thing. How about over here? Yeah.
So he goes out there
He's
and repeats
fool ain't
Elon's
right, bro.
lie. Now, I don't know. Maybe he's dumb enough to believe it when Elon tells him, but Elon, I'm convinced,
over it.
is lying. Elon knows it's not true that there are 150-year-olds getting Social Security. Okay, so let's dive into this a little more. The lie is now being spread far and wide, y'all.
Thank you.
So here we go. President Trump has directed Elon Musk and the Doge team to identify fraud at the Social Security Administration. They've not dug into the books, but they suspect there are tens
Something
of
Biden has
millions of
career
deceased
made over
people
this shit.
who are receiving
They suspect?
fraudulent Social
suspect, yeah.
Security
Suspect.
payments.
Okay,
So
hold
now-
on. Here we go.
Oh, my bad.
Here we
Hold on
go.
a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry.
But Biden has been claiming, like, oh, Social Security and our national debt. He's been doing that for
Yeah. Set the table.
decades.
Set the table.
But here we go.
But they suspect there are tens of millions of deceased people who are receiving fraudulent Social Security payments. So now all
That's
these idiots are spreading a lie. What's the reality?
that's not a lie.
Good.
Suspect is not a lie. That's propaganda.
Fair
Well,
enough. Fair enough.
yeah.
I want to hear. I want to hear where they're going. Let me see.
They've not dug into the books, but they suspect there are tens of millions of deceased people who are receiving fraudulent Social Security payments.
So it's a
So
win.
now all these idiots are spreading a lie. What's the
When
reality?
they say suspect, that tells me
Here we
that
go.
it's not.
Wired says
Yeah.
Framing.
That's how I read it.
100
It's framing, yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
I think this is it. Yeah.
Exactly.
150-year-olds aren't collecting Social Security. Well, they wouldn't collect it. Duh.
Yeah, but it's I can't remember exactly. I listened to this in the background. I wasn't paying attention, but it was
Like Jesse, you were saying. Like I've sat with my mom as she's talking to someone about her Social Security and like getting all the rubrics, what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do, yada yada yada. Right. So like
It's a pain. It's a pain in the ass.
you can't be some dead person in a grave fucking receipt. Like there's no. I can't see that. I can't fathom that personally. From what I heard from questions to like, unless it's like a money laundering scheme from other motherfuckers, like corruptly putting people's names on the list, it doesn't make
That's what
sense to
they're
me.
implying.
And tens
That's
of
what
millions of
they're
people doing
saying.
that.
I know. No,
thing.
I don't think they'll say that. Are they saying that, Dubster? Are they directly saying that?
Yes, they're saying
They're implying
they're
it.
saying
No.
they're
Implying is different than
suspecting-
straight up saying. It's different, right?
well here,
They're
hold on.
saying we're
There's an-
suspecting that someone is receiving these payments through these people's
different.
names.
That's different, bro. That's a different thing.
That's what they're
Suspecting doesn't
saying.
mean that somebody's getting it.
There's implying something, then there's having another person out there with like, a platform to say it.
Yeah.
That's different.
Let's hear where
No.
Kyle's going with this. Why it's wrong. Let's hear Kyle. Here we go.
security payments. So now all these idiots are spreading a lie. What's the reality? Here we go. Wired says, no, 150-year-olds
Wired.
aren't collecting Social Security benefits. Elon Musk claims to have found rampant fraud in the Social Security Administration. There's a much simpler explanation. They explain these systems default to the reference point when a birth date is missing or incomplete, meaning all of those entries in 2025 would show an age of 150. That's just one possible explanation for what Doge allegedly found.
Oh, wait.
Musk
What?
could also have simply looked up the SSA's own website, which explains that since September 2015, the agency has automatically stopped benefit payments when anyone reaches the age of 115. However, on Monday morning, Musk doubled down, posting a screenshot of what he claims were figures from the Social Security database to X, writing that the numbers of people in each bucket with the death field set to false.
There you go. That's what I wanted to. That was my point. This was the exact quote. All it's saying is these number of people have. I mean, that's how you read a table. That's how you read data. The death bucket says false. If you look
Yes.
at their names and their age, it says they're not dead. That's all it is. It doesn't. It's not actually payments. That's just the record of the people.
And then the
So
default.
200-year-olds are not dead.
On. Then the default of 115,
That's how
it
data
stops.
works.
According to this, they stop payments at 115
Not payments,
automatically, straight
yeah.
up.
That's what he's saying.
But then again, if there's an 80-something year old and they don't file correctly, they might not get fucking benefits, bro. Like straight up.
That's
A living person who should be getting the benefits might not get the benefits. So like you're telling me like 200-year-olds are getting
Yeah.
fucking Social Security checks? Stop. I don't believe that, bro. I just can't. I don't believe that.
I know a guy that
These guys would rather keep the money than send it.
he gets 800, and then the government
For comp?
has some fine on it. No, the government has some fine on him to where it's only 500. That he'll constantly pay that $300 till he dies
What?
without ever touching it. Like it's already taken
For
out
what?
of his Social Security.
For Social
I
Security?
don't know. Something. Yeah, some reason he's deducted this 300 difference to where he'll never get 800. He'll only get like 500.
I don't know.
Is it possible that he started early retirement or something?
Workers' compish type shit is what it's.
I don't know
like.
what it is.
I
He
don't know.
may have elected it, or it's bureaucracy. You know?
He's supposed to get 800. The government takes 300 out before he even sees the check.
Bro, you can do lawyer deals like with Flow, James. Right? You could do like lawyer deals with government companies. Like, yo, instead of giving me this much a month
Yeah.
for this many years, you can
Yeah.
you can pay me a giant lump sum, like straight up. But
Yeah,
you
you
can
could
you can actually
definitely start
negotiate
collecting
those
before.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that. So I don't know
I
what
know
your
you're
friend went through or whatever, but I think you can negotiate terms with this.
It's built in. Your retirement like age is gets it's kind of high, but you could start a little like sooner and you get less.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think that's what I'm talking about.
No. Okay.
He-
Well,
He
then
took
we don't
he
know the
took
details.
he took the bare minimum amount. He took early retirement and it was 800, and then there was some hidden fee that he has to pay 300 every time. That's not talking about the fact that he took early retirement.
Okay, so we don't really know the details. So
I'd have to
Yeah.
know the details.
Also, like I could be getting screwed over without him even knowing
Yeah.
about it, which means like in my mind, there's no way they'd be like, we're gonna pay $1,000 a month to whoever for Social Security to someone that doesn't exist anymore. Like I don't believe that. Like they're actually writing off in their books like we gave this money away to someone when there's no one there.
Oh, and there's this
I don't
other
believe
thing.
that. Do you believe that,
He's
Dubster?
he's an old drunk and he's homeless. So every time he goes to jail, they suspend his social security for that month
Oh shit. Was he a vet?
because
Was he a vet at all?
yeah, well, he's dishonorable,
Oh shit. Yeah, they
so
fucked those
he
guys
doesn't
over.
have those.
Fuck.
Yeah, he his mom. He told me his mom died while he was at base or whatever, and he went to go see his mom on her last few days, and they gave him dishonorable discharge for that.
Okay, take that. Not to use your friend as like a thing, but like it feels like if the scenario could lean
was
towards
no.
people, it always seems to go against. So if they're actually from the goodness of their hearts paying out $1,000 checks to 250-year-olds, where the fuck the age is, they're just giving money out like they're not doing that, and it's not like it wouldn't go to anyone, right? So it's almost like if the check ain't cashed, it stays on their books then, right? Right?
Maybe there's somebody cashing it, is what's being suspected.
Who?
Mm.
Then you got a giant scam, right? That's a super duper scam. That sounds like a person scam, not a government efficiency scam. If that makes sense,
yeah.
right? That sounds like someone who's a scammer who
You
found
know
like
where
dead
they're
names and started using them to get checks.
No. You know where they're going with this. They're saying this is Democrats.
For what? For what? What do they need these? What? For what?
Money.
Make that make sense.
Money.
So it's money laundering.
Money for what?
I'll put it
What do you mean, for
this
what?
way.
For money.
If the-
Like make that
if
make
the
sense to me,
fraud would-
dude. Like seriously.
So when they fill out
Let me
the
speak for a
yearly
moment.
form and say the date of birth, yes, I was born in January 15th, 1890. Okay. And what was your place of birth? Because that was one of the questions too, like specifically your place of birth. I was like, come on.
I can't,
Yeah.
man. This is funny.
If this fraud was anywhere near as rampant as Elon Musk is trying to fucking claim it is, you know how much money would be left? I'd be getting pennies a month if that was the case.
Bro.
And I'm already not getting very much here.
Yeah, it's not,
For
not supposed
retirement?
to be for living on.
For me, the military shit is by far number like. It's like I don't believe like off rip. I don't believe these fucking fools. They're not real to me, bro. They're really not. And anyone like I have to question your intelligence if you buy into this shit. Straight up.
And also, this
Yeah,
is coming from people who have been looking to get rid of Social Security for years.
Yes. And
I'm
the
down
opposite
for it. Get
team,
rid of
quote
that
unquote.
shit.
So was Joe Biden.
Yeah, exactly. You, Biden, Kamala Harris, essentially, could tie her into that. Clinton before
the
2016
Republicans-
was with that.
All the Republicans have been down for getting rid of retirement for.
Jordan,
That's what Hillary
New
and
Deal.
Biden were doing. You don't see that? Whatever.
sent you a video, Jordan.
Is that?
New phone, who this?
Home video. Home video.
Oh, yeah, we fucking react to it. Actually,
Oh,
let's, hold on.
I just found out about
I think we should react to this for YellBRo too. It's
I
the
just
shit you told
found-
me to watch, James. The fucking
what?
the Bannon.
I just found
Oh,
out.
bro, that shit was funny. He's like, he had the most like zesty, daintily like Zigon. That shit was funny.
Hey man,
He's
I
like,
don't know what it is.
he's like hesitant. He's just like, yeah, okay, all right.
I'll say it when I play it again, but I'm like, maybe he's like, damn, was that a Nazi salute? Fuck.
Can I really
All
get
right,
away
yo,
with this?
let me like change this up over here. He starts petting dogs that way and shit. He starts fucking.
No, he starts stretching. He starts stretching his arm out. He starts stretching his lat.
He's playing it off that shit.
He's like, oh fuck, let me just go get my McDonald's.
Oh damn, the sun's in my eye. Let me just do this real fast. Starts playing it off everywhere, bro. I don't know.
It's not a Nazi salute. I just have tennis elbow.
Mhm. Mhm.
Not getting that guy's personal life, but it's like, oh, like you're like a sad fucker, aren't you?
He's at karate class and shit. He's like, I do this everywhere.
He's at karate.
Chopping fools. He's
Cobra
breaking
Kai.
boards and shit. He's like,
Oh,
I think a lot of
He has
people
sparring-
in
he has
that.
sparring matches with Crease.
I think a lot of people in that general ecosystem are probably very miserable
Wait.
people privately.
Wait, chosen?
Chosen.
Chosen put the gloves up. Chosen. He chose.
Chosen
He
came up
chose
in the world,
Kitty
bro.
Cat.
He won. He did win. Let him. I'm Team Chosen, bro. He won. He won.
Chosen. Oh, dude, I've been a fan of him since day one.
Listen. I'm a Johnny Come Lately. I'm a fan now, bro. He won, bro. He took the W.
Join us.
The chosen one?
Join
Chosen
me.
Chosen took the W, bro.
Join
I'm on
me
his
in
team.
AR-15 on Team Chosen. Chosen.
He took the W, man. I gotta give him credit. But all right. Anyways, yeah, I don't
Oh,
like.
play the rest.
Here's the thing, real quick.
Oh.
If
Oh.
there was, I don't know. In my intuition, it feels like if there was like a 48-year-old, not early retirement, just accidentally getting fucking Social Security. Like, oh, his name is the same as some other guy that's like 89 years old, and that guy was getting checks. These fools would figure it out and like, yo, what are you doing? You're scamming the government. Like they find them and shit. They'd embarrass them on the news, whatever. Right? Doesn't it feel like that? To me, it feels like that. Like they would do that. Thus, if there's no way they're accidentally paying fucking dead people for money. They're not paying them, dude. It's not happening. I don't believe that.
That's been a go-to line of theirs for years.
What happened? Sorry.
What's that?
I was just saying that's been a go-to line of theirs for years when it comes to shit. When it comes to this purported epidemic of voter fraud, because that's something these fuckers like to harp away on too.
Yeah, I agree.
Even though they're the motherfuckers that do an ungodly amount of voter suppression, it's fucking ridiculous what they get away with.
Oh yeah, and gerrymandering and oh god, it's actually disgusting. But even me, I'm like, I get a little. I'll say it, but I might get a little bit hesitant to like bring it up sometimes because these fools are so sensitive about like Arizona. What about Arizona in 2020 or whatever, 2019 or whatever, the fucking voting, right? To where like you can't bring up voting issues to them. You can't bring up real voting issues to them because they might get butthurt. So just bring up war crimes instead.
What?
Like, well, this guy kills kids.
What real voting issues?
Excuse me?
The voter fraud epidemic that Republicans like to piss their pink panties about.
You may
Yeah,
hate Greg
so
Palast,
Democrats
but that
have
fool's been doing that for
the
a long time.
The Democrats have been rigging elections since the Civil War.
But what do you... Okay, Dubster, Florida, 2000. Who won?
I remember.
George Bush.
And how did it happen?
Uh-oh.
The option was Al Gore or George Bush.
What you trolling, bro?
Yeah, who made the
Exactly.
decision?
Exactly.
It's all. It doesn't even matter.
Let me guess.
soon as he said
George
that,
Bush was a Democrat. That's why, right? He was secretly a
It's like,
Democrat
hey,
the whole
George
time.
Bush was a
like, hey,
Republican.
Dubster. It's like, hey, Dubster. They chose the man who killed 1 million people and in
Fuck
prison
yeah,
and in
better
prison the
not
country.
better than a global warming lunatic.
You're an idiot, dude.
Yeah, he's a Democrat, bro.
Bro, don't you get it? He's a rhino. Don't you get it? Come on.
By the way,
No. He said
Anthony-
this before. He said he called them Democrats. George W. Bush is a Democrat, right, Dubster?
Yeah, he does say that.
What?
George W. Bush is a Democrat, right?
I remember that.
Yeah, but he posed as
changed too, right?
a
It changed too.
so that
Yeah,
means
right.
he's better than a Democrat
Oh,
by a hair.
What?
Oh my god, dude, I can't keep up with no logic, bro.
But hey,
I'm wrecked.
Anthony, hypothetically, if I called ICE to go to your bodega, how many janitors do you have to hire tomorrow?
Dude, I don't work in a bodega no more, bro.
He's so racist, bro. Shut up.
Yeah, tell me how you really
I call it-
fucking feel.
If I call ICE and you give them a chopped cheese, will they walk away? Will they?
You've done it.
And
Will it be thrown off by the Dominican music in the background?
It's crazy, bro. I don't have one family member that's illegal. I wish I had an illegal family.
For the record.
One
For the
family
record.
member.
If you had
I
a
have
legal
family
family, you would
members
get all
that-
these mysterious benefits.
I have family members that'll call the cops on you and they'll come for you. Like that's how free they are compared to the picture you paint, bro.
you wanna know what's crazy? If I tell an ICE guy, like, yo, this guy right here, like pointing at Dubster, but
Yeah,
yo,
they might take him.
yo, this guy voted against Trump. He hates
this guy's
Trump.
From Argentina, bro. He overstayed his visa. They might believe me, bro.
They might
Dubster said
wreck
that
your
Trump should be
shit,
shot.
Dubster. Dude.
No.
What other
Right.
country do you think they make me?
In Argentina.
No, Jordan, I got you. It's like, hey,
He acts like
listen,
Spain ain't Europe.
listen, I saw a manifesto in a red crayon.
And
Not saying it was
for a
his,
white guy,
but
no
it's near
picture,
him.
bro.
Just saying. Might be him.
Go see Kansas City Chiefs fan. I'll be like, arrest him. Get him out of this country. Get him
I'm not
out of
Kansas
here.
City's Chiefs fan.
Yeah, you are,
I'm
bro.
not Kansas City Chiefs. They're
You're a Swifty. You're worse. Than
It's a
Kansas.
Swifty.
they're my third team
Third team.
at best.
Well, you are a fan. What are you talking
No,
about?
they're
That's
fourth.
good enough. That's
They're
good enough.
fourth.
That's good enough for me. Marshals don't.
Still a fan.
The Marshals don't discriminate.
All right. Let's
Finish
play
this.
Yeah,
Finish
let's
this,
play this.
yeah.
There we go.
Okay, we actually know. We know the exact fraud rate in Social Security because there's
it's pretty
the
easy.
Inspectors General, which actually
They want their
job is
money,
to
bro.
erase
That's
fraud
the main
abuse,
thing.
and
Forget
Congress
about
gave them that authority,
efficiency.
unlike
They
DOPEY.
want their fucking money.
And there's the
How
government
easy would
accountability
it be?
office.
Exactly.
So we
If they
have
want the
trace
money,
the money.
they can get it.
So from
Easy.
an Inspector General audit from 2015 to
They could
2022,
trace it.
Social Security sent out
It's all
71.8
electronic.
million in
Exactly.
payments, most of which were overpayments.
These
Out of
fuckers.
I guess
$6
forensics
trillion in
doesn't
benefits. That's an
don't
error
exist.
rate of
Well, it's like, remember the COVID fucking, whatchamacallit, the stimulus things, the checks they gave out to people and shit like that? If they can scam as Social Security, like, continuous checks of whatever amounts, couldn't they do that with that shit, bro? Like, yo, I'm Bob one day, I'm Johnny the next.
They went to jail.
It was actually paid through the Social Security.
You know
funny-
what the
funny,
jail for that, Jordan? Glenn Baby Davis. He's in jail right now for trying to scam on the stimulus checks.
Funny you mention
Correct.
that. When we couldn't get the stimulus checks, guess who got a nice subsidy?
Who's that?
Elon.
Of course.
Yeah, he did.
Like crazy amounts of money. I'm like, wow, bro.
And here's the thing.
Yeah, he got connections.
We make fun of Elon, like, yo, he's a dweeb, glass jaw, pussy ass, bitch ass, right? But at the same time,
Ketamine addict.
intellectually, he wouldn't last in my Discord. He wouldn't last it here. I don't think so. I don't think
Well,
he'd make
I've
it. Intellectually,
I've heard-
I don't think he'd make it.
I listened to like him in a quote unquote fake open forum. This idea of him being any type of intellectual in any way is like a fraud.
I haven't heard it. If it exists,
No,
I have not heard it.
I've dug. It's not real. I will show you the shit I've like found. It's like this guy's a phony, bro.
He's always been a fucking fraud.
Like
I believe that personally.
protected like to the nth degree. In like these fake little setups of him talking to people. Fuck Rogan, forget that. I mean, like it's like
yeah, no, Count Rogan, Count Rogan. Those stupid fucking discussions they, bro.
No,
forget about it.
Boost people.
Every time Rogan
like,
talks, there's a bottle of.
You know what I'm saying? The shit I could show you. It's like I wouldn't even need that, right? The shit I could show you, I'm like, oh, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I've heard enough from that guy where I'm like, I don't buy it. And also, yeah, he wouldn't make it with like real motherfuckers like pushing back on him. Like someone with like an actual care for the topic. Where like, yo, what the fuck you just say, bro? I'm gonna yell back at you, and like you respond to me. Like that. I don't think that's flying, bro.
The shit I found, it's happened, just not directly. They just bury it really, really hard.
Fair enough, but I have no evidence of this fool being intelligent to me.
No, it's really just
no evidence of it.
It's really just another example of a guy who had a lot of money, bought his way into something that was allegedly an interesting company, and then kind of just found his way to power, if you want to call it that. That's kind of it.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, Tesla, putting his name on Tesla is a co-founder.
Yeah, or like the McDonald's guy, Kroc.
Yeah.
Same shit. Same thing.
I played that movie here. The founder.
I know it's funny, but I don't mean to rant, but it's like people are like, oh yeah, it's side business. It's like, yeah, that guy screwed over a bunch of people. Like, fuck that guy. Oh, and in the movie, the character, right? It's like he left his wife.
Yeah, he did.
Like a creep, and he got some young person.
Yeah,
and those fucking like two brothers, like it's characters, right? It's a story, characters. They're like crying and like they get sick and shit. This guy's like, yeah. I'm like, hey, you made it, pal. Hope you're happy.
The far left cinema.
Oh, and he owned the Padres too. Of course he did.
The far left.
God damn.
Fuck that guy. Look into that. Anyway.
Oh
yeah, and you should see the shit he said in real life. I'm like, oh wow, you're probably actually like a piece of shit in real life too. Fuck.
Are you talking about the Padres guy, or are you talking about the McDonald's guy?
I think you're saying the same guy.
What is the same?
Same
Ray
guy.
Kroc.
I like,
wow,
fuck
this
the
isn't
Padres.
Too far off. Oh yeah, see, that's the moral of the story.
Fuck the fucking Padres. By the way, I bought a new Braves hat. It's still in the box. I have not opened it yet. It's just chilling.
Still in the box.
Just chilling there. From when I'm ready. Anyways. Here we go.
It's wetting for its brim to be
on the shelf. It's on the shelf in the case.
All right, here. No dust touching that motherfucker. Here we go.
0.84%. 0.84%. So the thing that he's reading, where he thinks, oh, bro,
I should back up that. I think
audit from 2015
0.84%.
sent out $71.8 billion in improper payments, most of which were overpayments. Out of $8.6 trillion in benefits, that's an error rate of 0.84%. 0.84%.
That's still
so the thing that he's reading, where
I get that, but that's the fuckboys narrative. That's still $71.8 billion according to that tweet, which I don't even know the correct numbers. That's still a lot of fucking money. That would have mattered to a lot of fucking people, right? So
no, it's $8.5 trillion. Is what he said.
The problem is that we spend so much on other shit that this becomes more significant.
Out of 8.6 trillion, only 71.8 billion is improper. He's saying that was his point.
So yeah, but we're spending $8.5 trillion. Is that in a year?
No, from 2015 to 2022.
It's accumulated.
So it's 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at the U.S. debt clock,
dude, that's
one
more
of
than our debt, Dubster.
Yeah, if you look at our U.S. debt clock, our promises for Social Security is like 234 trillion or something.
It's I want to check Dubster's conspiracy stripes right now.
It's like hidden liabilities is the category.
Can I ask you a question, Dubster? When have you seen us pay our debts?
Never. We can't. Central banking works on the fact that the debt always goes up.
Okay.
What happens?
Okay.
What is
And if the
historically
central bank stops, what do you think happens?
We start over.
No, we don't, motherfucker. That's never gonna happen.
No,
Did you say
there's
we
no
start
amount.
over?
That's what it is.
Correct. No,
Dude,
stop it.
Dude, are you that naive, bro?
I can explain why
You
that
think
number
our
is
shit's
stupid,
getting
but
wiped? Our shit's never getting
probably
wiped.
not worth it.
Whatever we owe, we always gonna owe it.
No, what I'm talking about is what we do is we have like a wars, restructuring, nation.
Did you say wars? We have some
internally
wars.
collapse.
He's actually right.
Dubster,
I
what
know
if we
he's
don't
right,
owe all
but
that
it's like-
money that you just
We
said?
internally collapse and we start over and we get a new central
You're
bank and the whole thing fucking happens all over again.
dude, no,
Dubster, we literally don't owe all
You
that
said
money.
you don't like central planning. Why do you want another central
We don't.
bank?
We've
think we'll figure
always
it out.
had,
Someone tell me what
always
national
had
debt
a
means.
form of
and
central
I'll
banking.
go with it. Someone tell me what that means.
Every civilization on Earth has always had some form of central banking.
What does national debt mean? Someone
Dude,
explain
you're
that to
like
me,
full
please.
nihilist.
It means that we owe
Now, what does we mean? I need that defined as well, because is it
government,
like
the government of the United States.
if I go to if I put $200 in the bank, right? Is it garnished immediately for national debt?
Garnished?
Because it's national debt, so and I'm a part of the nation.
No,
so
the government owes it, not you.
oh, okay. So where are you going, Dubster? Then
But
I'm lost now.
it's valued at each citizen's equal proportion to it, though. It's
Stop, dude.
right now.
Correct.
What right now
Stop,
is
dude.
to the point where each citizen owes $165,000
Holy fuck.
for our national debt.
How about someone just born, like tomorrow? Like they're just born. Are they also six figures in debt?
$165,000 as well.
Oh, wrecked. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't
That makes
make
sense.
sense.
Bro, that shit does. It's not applicable to real life.
It's not
Yeah.
at all.
It's just a way to frame something. It's not.
It's like you're fear
Nobody's
mongering
actually paying it directly.
that let's
So
say it doesn't or does get paid, benefits you or hinders you in any way. Either or.
And let's add out a further context to it, because it doesn't affect citizens, right? We just said that it doesn't affect citizens. Not it does. No, on my bad. Wrong words. It does affect citizens, but I mean like directly, like their checks aren't getting garnished as soon as they put it in the fucking bank. It's not. That's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not. No, it's not.
Inflation, taxation.
Okay, so you're saying in a roundabout way, when they pay more for milk, they're actually paying back their debt. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't
The
that a
fact
supply
that
chain problem? What about the
Okay.
supply chain?
Can the,
no,
it feels like we're getting
Yeah.
off course here.
yeah,
on this.
I was trying to go somewhere with that.
Oh, okay.
My God, Dubster.
the taxation that we like when we get a raise and we get the inflation rate raised or whatever, it's because the effects already occur and they're not even matching it. They're under inflation raise.
And that's been happening for like 4 decades. When we
The
got
whole
off
time.
the gold. When we
Since
got off the gold
1913.
standard.
Before we got off the gold standard. Day one of Federal Reserve.
Whatever. I'm gonna move on because, listen, I don't need no fucking technical reasons for why these guys are full of shit and why they're taking advantage of regular people. It's kind of obvious to me. I don't need any type of special scenario for that. It's like they're kind of clearly doing that, right? From Trump to past administration.
Anyway.
In my opinion, yes.
And apparently Dubster fucking
Then again,
Trump and
I'm an alien.
Elon both.
Allegedly.
They both want to start getting into the lending money business. And that's why they
Elon Musk wants to add a payment processing thing to Twitter.
And allegedly he got rid of the
Consumer Financial Protection Bureau
because he would have to follow regulations like bank.
Yeah, they would regulate him.
and now he doesn't have to do that, and he doesn't have to prove he has the funds.
But hey, Donald Trump
He'll
is
take your
making it so
money.
that credit companies can't charge over 10% interest anymore.
I don't even think he's going to do that.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do that either.
Man,
You buy it.
I need to know. I need to know
That sounds,
something.
that sounds more right.
Do you
Bro.
actually believe? Do you actually believe he's trying to help people?
No way.
Oh, good question.
Certain people.
I mean,
Oh, wait. Who's the who people?
The troll is.
his people.
Tell him,
His
Dubster. Don't lie either. Jesus is watching, bro. Don't troll. Say it.
He-
Say the truth.
American patriots that are paying attention.
He's trolling me. He's trolling me. Never mind. My interest is waned.
Never mind. Nobody.
Never mind. I'm gonna go back to.
He knows
shit.
they're full of shit, bro. He knows it. Anyways, all right, let's play the rest of this. Here we go.
I had to know if he believed in this.
No.
Percent.
I don't think so.
So the thing that he's reading, where he thinks, "Oh, bro, they're getting Social Security up until the age into that insane,
Yeah,
bro,
look,
they're
Joe,
170 years old, bro." It's literally like when you code it, there's a default that you set it to, right? And that was the default that they set it to. Somebody made the claim, I don't know if this is true, but they say for Twitter, there's a default setting for like 1969.
What?
As somebody who, in theory, knows coding, should understand that. But he doesn't.
I don't know what that
you
means.
mean.
Is like some of the.
I can shed some light on the 1969 thing.
What does that mean? God.
It's usually set to like December 31st of 1969 or January 1st of 1970 because that's when a lot of Linux systems clocks officially started. Because they're
okay.
because it's all based on Unix.
Joe, explain what's set.
Huh?
Explain what is set. What is the thing being set?
A clock.
Yeah.
It's
So
basically just the number of seconds that have passed since June 1st of 1970 began.
And that's relevant to coding?
Yeah.
If you're keeping databases,
Computer.
I'm sure that applies, right? Or no? As far as where the idea he's going with. Kyle
Yeah,
is.
it's
When you look at
timekeeping. That's it.
Yeah. If you see like what time it is on your computer, the actual time is those seconds since then.
Yeah. That's all it is. It's just a timekeeping thing.
Although, never mind.
So if you put the time,
I was going to go into a
if you
different
put the
topic.
time at 0, that's where you get to that year.
Except not all rulers are the same. But anyways, I get what you're saying. Here we go.
At the state level, some of it.
No,
at the federal
it's
level,
arbitrary,
so,
but
like,
it's
at the state
also
level,
universally agreed
all the
on.
birth years of all these people,
Which
at
means
the
nothing
federal
to
level,
Jordan.
It's not.
But I get it.
In the actual spreadsheet. It's not among the information. But that doesn't mean that, oh my God, we're sending out payments to 150-year-olds, and oh my God, there's tens of millions of people that are committing fraud. That's not true. As I said, 0.84% is the fraud rate for Social Security. Guys, again, I want to reiterate this. Trump might be dumb enough to believe this lie. Elon Musk is not dumb enough to believe that lie. I think Elon Musk.
Oh my God.
If he's saying if Trump's saying that this is fraud, and the reporters of Social Security are covering up the fraud, then of course they would say we have a 8.4% failure rate to where we're losing 70 billion.
0.84.
At 0.84, instead of saying the numbers they're trying to hide via the fraud.
Even Elon's tweet didn't say that. We just read it. It didn't say that. The people parroting the message and kind of shaping it, they said that.
Yeah, if anything, they try to avoid numbers as much as possible.
I mean, be real with you. Even 0.84, if you put 71.6 billion next to it, it'll still raise. It'll get enough eyebrows from people.
Yeah,
it's still a serious amount of money.
Well, that's why
That's all
what
I
Kyle
to be honest
was
with you.
saying the percent.
But
versus Yeah.
But the reason that it's a small amount in relative terms is just because we're working on the order of trillions of dollars.
Yeah, like Kyle's playing for a team too. He's marketing as well.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
So when he says
He is.
0.84%, that's
marketing.
yes.
Exactly.
Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing.
Or it's like,
It's a mathematical figure.
well, it's like
Which is also like, yo, that's not a
that's,
hill to die.
that's still a lot of money, right, Kyle? It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not a hill to die.
okay, just say it. Just say it's a lot of money.
No, but he can't concede.
I know he can't because he's still a fucking.
He's
Well,
clean.
the
71
point is
point
righteousness
what billion?
anymore with these fucking
He's a
idiots.
schemer.
What'd you say? 71 point what?
71.4.
0.6,
Oh.
right?
That's a baseball contract, right? For 11 years?
A billion? No,
That's
shut up.
more than the NFL,
Fuck up.
NBA, MLB, NHL all together. Probably $8 billion over.
Can you
30
imagine?
billion.
No, that's the price of a new house in 2025.
It's the price for Yankees having beards. 72 billion
Yeah,
on the
72
table.
billion.
It's the price of a single
every
DoorDash
team,
meal
Trillion.
in
Add up every
2030.
team in the 4 professional sports.
I don't even
It
want to
doesn't come
hear
up.
that shit, bro.
Oh, they're allowing beers there because soda left.
Yeah.
What don't you want to hear?
I said the same
Alright.
fucking shit. I was like, yeah.
Everybody's saying that.
Because
shit, man.
Soto's contract, you couldn't get him
No,
signed
you
and shit,
want
right?
to hear it? You want to hear a joke, Anthony? They saw what the Goldschmidt looked like without the beard. They're like, yeah, fuck this.
Yeah. Bro, did you see Devon Williams' picture? He's like, yo, this guy looks miserable. Who did he had to shave and he did not look happy.
I don't even know who that is. Devon Williams? Who
Closer.
the fuck is that?
Closer.
Yeah, I don't even keep up with baseball.
It's a guy
shit.
that-
He's
yeah, they
he's
say-
a top 3
I hate
closer.
them. It is what it is.
is.
Good for him. Good for Devon. Anyways,
good for Devon.
here we go.
250-year-olds, and oh my God, there's tens of millions of people that are committing fraud. That's not true. As I said, 0.84% is the fraud rate for Social Security.
Jesus
Guys,
Christ.
I want to
Marketing.
reiterate this. Trump
Marketing.
might be dumb enough to believe this lie.
And
Elon
he's
Musk
reading
is
it,
not
too.
dumb
That's
enough to
weird.
believe that lie. I think Elon Musk knows he's lying. He knows he's lying. He's
God.
certainly been around somebody who knows.
He doesn't even
Elon,
have
that's
to
not
know
true. In
he's
fact,
lying.
to the
Say
extent
71
anybody
billion.
at the Social Security
Yep.
Administration is still
Gonna
there.
break people's ears.
Anybody on the Doge team or Elon Musk himself said, why are we paying people who are over 150 years old? That person would tell them, we're not. You just don't understand the coding. We actually know the fraud rate is 0.84%, but I got one better for you. You ready for this? How did they see these numbers being abused? Looks like mostly to use as fake Social Security numbers to work and pay
He
employment
fucking
taxes. So there's a
knows.
fraud
That's
issue
why he
to
worded it that
address,
way.
but does not appear to be one of sending fake Social
trying to see
Security
where-
payments. So in other words, the actual fraud that's being committed, again, 0.84% fraud rate for Social Security, so there are some overpayments going out, to be fair, right? But the actual fraud is that it's very likely illegal immigrants use someone else's Social Security number to pay in $8.5 billion into Social Security. And they never see that back.
I was trying to say it's a good thing.
Hmm.
That's what he's trying to tell us. This is a good thing.
Well, it's like, yeah, bro.
That's partially
like,
true, though, man. That's partially. I
It is
agree with
partially
that.
true, but it's they're not. Does Dubs? Do you care about that? He doesn't.
Well, he doesn't have to care about it, but that's a reality, though. There are people
No, but what
paying
I'm
into,
saying is-
voluntarily paying into. So, like, forget about
But what
the
I'm
fraud
saying is,
thing.
Jordan,
God.
what I'm saying is that we're in a new level of stupid. Of they don't care. They don't care that they're doing something that helps the economy in like a hypothetical way. Helps the economy. Helps the country.
Wait,
Well,
that
what they
does not help the
illegally,
economy that
broke the
illegals
law.
are here.
That's all he cares about. That's all anyone that thinks like Dubster cares. They
But-
came illegally. They gotta go.
but they care about
Right.
social embarrassment. They care about that. Thus, let's destroy them in front of everyone. Type of shit.
What do you mean social embarrassment?
Like they care about being socially embarrassed. I guarantee you that. That's from the culture warriors that I've negotiated with, like not negotiated, but like had discussions with outside of politics, bro. Where these fools are in pop culture shit. These fools are afraid to be embarrassed. So I'm like, yo, just fucking embarrass them. Straight up. Maybe that's the solution to all of this. Stop, sir. Sorry to break it to you, bud. But You know.
I
Anyways,
still don't get it. Embarrassed. What do you mean, like social media?
like I'm telling you, these guys, if they had the art, like the information they're getting is so dog shit that they presented it in front.
Oh,
Like,
you
let's
mean
say
the
let's say they said that
guys?
shit. No, on. Let's
DEI.
forget about DEI. Let's say they said this shit in front of Kyle. Kyle would verbally abuse them, right?
Yeah.
That's what would happen. So maybe that's the solution to all this. We just verbally embarrass them every time we see them. Right up, sir? Or
You don't embarrass me. I feel sorry for y'all.
I don't know. That's the only thing I see as an actual solution because, like you said, if you present information to them, that's not good enough.
That doesn't work. So yeah, maybe you got to clown them.
I
Hold on,
think
you
they have to be
haven't presented
clowned.
any information.
But it's them clowning themselves
None of
in
this
reality.
whole video.
Think about it.
Hold on, this whole video has not produced one bit of information. Neither side, the general public, has seen any evidence of anything that's being claimed on either side
I agree
by
with that.
Donald Trump, Elon Musk,
I agree
or
with
by
that.
the opposing Wired article that's claiming this 115 is when they cut it off. They're not showing any evidence of
But the
that.
problem is,
Oh, that's fair enough.
No.
Oh, that's fair
Neither
enough.
side
The
is
problem is
presenting
the
any
insinuation
evidence to any of their clients.
No.
That's fair enough.
Well,
Uh,
I would say there is evidence. In which direction? I would say the only person who's seen any of that stuff is Elon, right? Now he could lie, he could
And the
manipulate.
people who work at the Social
Yeah,
Security
there's got to be
company.
secretaries and shit.
But-
There's people that know for sure.
So what my point is, he's seen some information. He presented that information, and people ran with it in a narrative because of the way he worded it. His wording to me very clearly indicates he's not talking about payments, and that's intentional. Like this is all just normal stuff to me. It's a regular like initial analysis. Okay, you see some gaps. There's bad data. It's normal shit that like anybody working with data would see every day.
also, he's
It's still dumb shit,
copying-
though,
He's
is it not?
copying and storing that information illegally too.
I keep hearing everything he's looking at is read only.
He's really not even supposed to be reading that stuff.
Read only doesn't mean you can't copy it. You could read it. It's like
Yeah, but
what read
data
only
without a
means that
human
you
behind it, it's
overwrite
kind
it
of
and
dog
change
shit,
it.
isn't it? Am I
You
tripping?
can't update the values. That's what read only means.
No, but okay,
I mean,
someone presents
read
data
only
without the human behind it. Isn't
become a
it dog
talking
shit?
point.
Isn't it like why are we listening to that? Isn't that dog shit off rip? If they're saying like, well, this percentage or that percentage, but like, did you look at it? Like, what do you think about it? What do you feel about it? Like, if those aren't presented, it's kind of meaningless.
Well, yeah, the context behind
Thus-
those figures is just as important as the figures themselves.
Thus, I asked the question: is he presenting what I mean by this and what the point is? I think he is, right? I think Kyle has his own
Yes.
input, right? Where we're actually missing out on maybe the actual thing. I get that, but that's less through data and more through personalities. It's like, who do you like more, Kyle or Elon? It's like, who do you like more as a
Well,
person?
Kyle's message is that Elon's bad, right?
But Elon's message is also Kyle's bad. Maybe not Kyle
He's
personally.
saying the government is bad.
Right, because
Yeah.
Maybe not Kyle personally, but
called
Kyle.
Democrats. Yeah, he's on that category called Democrats.
Thanks, Dustin. Thanks.
I don't think
Yes,
it's Kyle.
thank you for your
yeah.
scintillating wit.
Yeah, I don't think it's Kyle personally, but I think it's
I mean, he was
kind of
a
Kyle.
Democrat. Like Elon was a Democrat until a few months ago, right?
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I don't think
There's a
it's.
difference between just being registered with the party and like actively going to the mat for them.
I don't think what Elon's
Kyle
doing is anything
fucking-
about government. I think it's
Kyle
about
fucking
actively-
hates the party's leadership. Have you heard
But
the way
he
he's
actively
the
goes
way
to
he's
bat
been talking about Chuck Schumer?
no, but I've heard
That
the way he
Chuck
said about
Schumer has a fuck.
Kamala.
Well, he
So he's
That's
not. He's
the
not a
way
party
he
has a
hater. He's
spine
not.
made of
Hold on.
gelatin.
Hold on.
He's
But
not
he would
Joe.
vote for him.
He's not though.
But he would vote.
He would vote. He would vote for. If it
But
was him
Elon
and
also
Trump,
hated Trump
he'd vote for him.
till a few months ago. So
Yeah, but that
Kyle
the
would
marketing's
ju-
changed.
Kyle
Duh.
would justify voting for him if he
Yeah.
felt necessary. That's the point.
He would.
the marketing's changed. He feels like Democrats have lost, thus go all full-blown attack mode on this new fuckboy pencil neck dweeb party. Like that's where he's at. That's where Kyle seems to be at to me.
Yeah, or yeah, Kyle's.
He's that's his marketing level. That's where he's going. So yeah. So when Kyle does, or when Elon does say, "Oh, this is bad and that is bad," he's attempting to besmirch a Kyle Kulinski because Kyle's not saying like the Democrats are so bad, they're so terrible. Oh God, they're so bad.
Dude, he was like
he will protect
Joe
them.
Biden. He was praising Joe Biden until October 7th. Then he had to stop. Before that, it was like he was like, "Yo, Joe Biden, he exceeded my expectations." That's what Kyle was. Kyle was doing what these fuck faces are doing for Elon and Trump.
I mean,
So you like MSNBC shit.
if Bernie's running, Kamala is one of the worst human beings on earth. If Bernie's out and he said, "Please, will you please support Kamala Harris?"
Kyle's on it.
He's all with it.
What Kyle did was he went to the VP and he pointed out every quote unquote positive thing he did in his state. That's what he did.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, Walls? Come on,
Walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walls. He's the most progressive vice president of all time.
Well,
He
there you
said
go.
available. Yeah, he's a strategist. That's what he is.
Yeah, he's playing.
And there you go.
But I point out intention and just saying.
He still shit on these Trumpers, yes.
Well, it's like, I mean, you have someone who, let's just be honest, like has information and they don't.
Well, yeah.
It's like it's easy win.
Well, yeah.
It's not fair.
He's gonna shit on Asmongold on politics, and David Icke's gonna shit on
both of them.
Who's the British fuckface?
Piers Morgan,
the comedian or actor. What's his fucking name?
Morgan.
Yeah, long hair, long dark hair.
Oh,
Russell Brand. And David Icke's gonna shit all over that guy, and there's nothing you can do about it except ignore him. Same thing's gonna happen all around. Like it is what it is, because these are trade-offs. This is not about morality. This is not about righteousness. This is not about code. It's not about that shit, bro. It's trading off from one thing to the next, bro. And to me, it's like it's a twerking contest to me. But, you know.
Russell Brand was running around with Jimmy Savile back in the day.
Wait,
that I heard of during Jimmy Savile.
Who's running around with Savile?
Russell Brand.
People say that. I don't think that's true.
To me.
I don't think that's actually true. I don't know.
How old would Russell Brand have been in the 80s or 70s?
No, it wasn't the 80s, 70s. It was like
he's a TV personality.
Like the 90s.
With another TV personality. Yeah. I can see that.
No, that's true. That's fair. Yeah, it wasn't like he was.
If they start going.
He was in those circles, though.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But whatever. Yeah. It is what it is. It's politics, bro. It's trash. You know, it's always second fiddle to fucking righteousness, but no one actually cares about that shit, bro. Be honest about it. No one actually cares about that topic. It's not worth arguing about because it's so subjective. Meanwhile, politics is so hardened, but yet we see 2 million different fucking opinions about it. But that's a hard science, and something like morality is some sort of soft side or some sort of abstraction of reality.
So can we agree to this then, Jordan? You believe your guy that won't show you evidence. I believe my guy that won't show me evidence.
Whose guy? What are you talking about?
Who's my guy?
Kyle's your guy. Kyle's your guy. Elon's
Kyle's my guy. Oh, shit.
For this example.
My guy, Kyle. Thanks, Kyle, for
neither one of them showing us evidence of what the fuck they're talking about.
Hey, Kyle. Even though you turn my stomach every time I look at your fucking face. You're my guy, though, Ben. You're my guy. I watch so much of your fucking content. It's crazy. Anyways, here's more of it.
Evidence of.
Every time you dig into these issues and you learn more about it, you will be fucking floored. You will be astonished at either how
stupid they are.
These right wingers are and MAGA is.
It's true though. They're stupid.
How much they lie. But if you dig into any,
he's right though. Right? They're dumb. Or they're either ignorant or they're fucking lying, bro. It's like one or the other. It's like it's hard to disseminate between one of the. Like it is what it is. It's like it's patently obvious. Sorry, it is what it is. Like this is some of the dumbest lowbrow version of politics ever, and these fools are falling for it. Not that I'm some sort of political whiz kid, but it's just like from my experience of looking over political stories, this is bottom tier shit, and these fools fall for it. And I'm like, well, Kyle, yeah, go ahead, Kyle. Go ahead, call them stupid, call them liars, whatever you got to call them. Do what you got to do, man. Because guess what? If you close your eyes and throw a fucking stone, you're gonna hit someone that's probably lying to you, bro. Like you're gonna be somehow correct, somewhat, right? A percentage-wise, correct. It is what it is. But that's what we want, though, right? We want the shit to flow back and forth and feel comfortable in that scenario. Meanwhile, like, isn't it really bullshit? Yeah, no, it's all fun. It's good entertainment.
I guess we'll see in the actions.
I'm entertained by this.
Of what
we'll see in the actions.
I guess we'll see in the actions of what Elon and Trump do, and the sense
we'll see.
When they fix this 500 whatever number they come up with whatever the Social Security fraud is, and they quote unquote fix it. Do things get better, or do like old people start ending up on the streets?
Hey man,
yeah. Oh, I gotta know. Do you think Trump is corrupt?
Don't ask him that.
To a level, yeah.
Okay, we're dodging that. What about Elon? What about Elon? I'm not asking about more than whoever. I'm asking, do you think he's corrupt? It's a yes or no question.
I'll
think about
say
it.
again, to a level, because there's things that I think
his Joker's pretty good. I'll give him credit for that.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is
pretty good.
I think what's the neuro thing?
Neuralink.
I don't trust that. Yeah, I don't trust that. I would never.
All right, if you don't trust him with that,
is it Stubster or Tony? Who's trolling right now?
If you don't trust him with that, then you're gonna trust him with all this money. Just curious. That's all. Just wanted to know.
Well, I trust capitalism where people can buy a Tesla or they don't have to.
Doesn't exist.
Damn, Dubster turned into a genius out of nowhere. Crazy. Anyways. More? Actually, I was going to ask this. 1 month in. Yeah, he didn't vote for him, though, right? He didn't vote for Trump at all.
Did he?
I was going to ask a 1 month approval rating. What do you think? Kind of on the anniversary of 1 month.
I like it.
Okay. All right, here we go.
For the most part. I don't like the whole.
Gotcha, Heath Ledger.
I don't like this.
Yeah, gotcha.
They're just.
I don't like this.
Yeah, got it.
And again, they're using this as the justification for Elon to go back there, start slashing payments left and right, just like he did. They defunded USAID, among many others, the NIH, the Department of Education. He's going to use this to start cutting off Social Security payments. And what the fuck do you think happens when they start cutting off?
Well, you got that with Biden. Same problem with Biden, Kyle. Right?
The backlash
I think so.
is going to be
he's too one-sided.
Tremendous. Social Security is a third rail. Medicare is a third rail. Medicaid is a third rail. And they're third rails for a fucking reason. We have a very, very meager social security in this country. And these programs are cherished. They are adored.
They shouldn't be.
The federal government
actually...
They shouldn't be adored.
Yeah, Band-Aids.
But yeah, just kind of underwhelming. But you know, we like bad movies as Americans, so let's keep it going. There we go.
Helping people. Cutting the senior poverty rate from over 30% to 10%. right? Healthcare for old
Could be
people, healthcare for
0%.
low-income and disabled people.
Once again, if
You
I
wanna
walk up
start
to a
hacking-
guy and hand him $500, be like, see, look now, one less on the poverty statistics. Thank you guys. I could do that all day and night, right? Play with numbers. Whatever. Who cares?
around and getting rid of that, and you think you're not going to spark a colossal backlash,
Pover-
the likes of
By the way, poverty is a number. It's not a state of life or like status or how you live. It's not your way of life. It is a actual number. How much money do you make? It is an actual number. It's not about people at all. Personally,
How much money do you make versus how much do you need to survive?
no, it's just straight up like something. I think it's how much you make is actually poverty
That's
line.
correct.
Right, because you can always subsidize by fishing. You can always subsidize by farming.
Yeah, you. What does Tim Pool say? Teach a man how to fish instead of giving him fish. You teach him how to fish, right?
Odd.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean,
What else is an 80-year-old gonna do?
in reality, that idea works, but that's not how these fools mean it, and they don't actually care about other. In my opinion, they don't care about other people. But here we go.
You homeless? Well, just go build a fucking cabin in the woods, 80-year-old.
That's when I know Dubster's trolling. But anyways, here we go.
of which we haven't seen in a very long time, maybe ever. Good luck with that, bro. But of course, I don't mean
That's right.
that. I don't wish
That's
you
right,
good
bro.
luck with that. Your ass should be in fucking jail for doing all these things illegally and unconstitutionally. And spreading.
Who else should be in jail,
Hold
Kyle?
on.
Who else should be in
Does
jail,
Social
Kyle?
Security
Okay.
is Social Security part of the executive branch?
They're a part of it, but it's not them themselves. I wouldn't think.
No.
Oh my
If
god.
it falls under executive branch, Article 2 tells us the president gets to choose whatever the fuck he wants to choose for the executive branch.
Well, what's right? Yes, it was legal.
It's not
No,
under the executive branch.
it's a part of. Yeah,
Good.
it gets
It's a
checked by
spending
other
program, so Congress has ultimate control over that.
Well,
which
Treasury
could
is
be
under
checked by
the executive branch.
judiciary and
The Treasury exists
branch.
just to disperse payments. That's all they do. They don't get to pick and choose what they issue the money for.
Well, what's been brought up all fucking month is the things that fall under executive branch are entirely up to him. So if it's not, I guess that's a different argument.
I'm just good at this. Anyways, here we go.
Alex Jones.
The
That's right.
colossal amount of misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation these absolute freaks spread has a horrendous impact on the body politic. And it's interesting. I talked to my mom about like similar things here. And it's funny because she's all in on the, yeah, man, this guy, Trump is a wannabe dictator. He's a wannabe authoritarian. This is bad.
Whoa.
The stuff he's doing is really, really bad. Talking about fucking
Imagine
fake
appealing to
privilege,
authority
stealing
to your
Panama.
mom.
She's on
It's
to
crazy.
that, right? But then she'll be like, in the
Love it
next
though,
thought
Kyle.
will be like,
Keep going.
yeah, well, they're going to go after the fraud in Social Security. No, Mom. No. The authoritarian dictator concern, that he's a psycho, he doesn't know what he's doing concern, or he knows what he's doing and is bad. That's also the case for this. That they're going to illegally hack around in Social Security, cut off payments, and cause a colossal backlash because people are not going to fucking stand for it. They're not going to fucking take it. But this is what happens.
And we'll
when you
swing
have
the pendulum back the other direction. Got it.
anarcho-capitalist, anti-government fundamentalists.
It
They're
will
gonna-
do
they wanna
nothing.
cut off
I have something to say about that.
positive the government does.
If he actually believed that they're going to do actions that will cause a backlash that would basically take them down, do you think Kyle would want to actually stop that? Like a
It'd
government
be-
revolt against Trump?
It'd be relative to the situation.
Well, what he's saying, he's painting a picture of something about cutting off people's Social Security, right? Like people's, not the dead,
Sure.
not only the dead people. He's applying. Well, no, he's directly saying that they're gonna not just do that, but they're gonna start cutting off people's Social Security, right? And
Yeah,
that's
like
gonna cause a massive backlash. So, and so, is Kyle concerned about the backlash? against them, like a revolt.
If he
From who?
thinks it wouldn't be
From
advantageous for
fucking
him
who?
or whatever his motives are, then you wouldn't hear a peep.
Right. So I think he's just painting the picture because he's bringing fear. Like whether it's going to happen or not,
Well,
I don't know.
he's ringing alarm bells. That's it's obvious. Yeah.
But I don't think you would want to prevent it if that was actually happening. I think you would want a revolt against this current
Well,
administration.
he would take the lesser of two
That's
evils.
the Jimmy Dore strategy.
Yeah.
That's already taken. It's like
Well,
people will realize
that's
they're
all.
idiots. They'll
I don't
realize
think
it.
he's smart enough to see that. What is it called? When your enemy's screwing up, get out of their way.
If he wasn't smart enough, he
They call
wouldn't
it Dubster.
like the whole thing we've heard is extremely politically structured. It's a lot of strategy. The way he framed everything. So
Mm-hmm.
he's not naive and he's not just repeating things that people said. He put together various information to convey a message,
It
and
doesn't mean
all
that,
the
but
whole
I get it.
message is on one side. So he's like, I don't know. This is just annoying.
Fair enough. I mean, Cal, he's on a mission. I'll give him that.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I don't know. It seems like lame for me. It's like a lame mission. Because even if he has, I don't know, even if his idea is to shift things away from the right wing, maybe the way Jimmy Dore wants to shift things from the left, from the old left wing guard, right? The Biden's Kamala, like the latest of the left wing, right?
Well, Biden's not even
Their
really
idea is
left
they
wing.
miss out on their whole deal is crying about corruption, right? But they ignore so much of it that it's shit that we know they've talked about before. All of a sudden, is not a deal anymore. Because if I talk about this corruption, it'll hurt potential balances of powers. Where it's like, damn, you're fucking Ozymandias or some shit, bro. Some fucking make believe character ass philosophy about how politics should work. Like, you're lame, bro. Like, you're fucking lame ass, bro.
Wouldn't that make him corrupt as well?
Yeah.
Yes, he's a schemer. Yeah.
Of course.
He'll pick and choose when to tell the truth as opposed to 24/7.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're
If
part
it
of the problem.
if it aligns with my interests.
Yeah, but the difference is, I would say, like, oh, like if I had to make an assessment of him based off what I have available to me, I'm like, okay, like seemingly you mean to do well, as opposed to apathy. I point that out, but nonetheless, schemer.
I think he's so far on the dog shit pile of strategy that, God, he's just terrible. He's like really bad.
Oh yeah,
Like he's so far gone
know
in
enough.
that direction, man. It's just,
we know enough to look at that.
It is what it is, man.
Remember that Gravel shit? He's like, shut up. What are you doing? Don't talk about that. It's like, who the fuck are you?
I don't know.
What?
But hey, if you think something wrong's going on, like, yo, say it. Except that. Don't say that. That one, don't say it.
Exactly.
You know.
He said that about Gravel.
Gravel made some point about like 9/11 or something, and he told Gravel like to shut the fuck up. Like, you're gonna deter people away from this, and if you have no intention of winning, you shouldn't be in the race whatsoever. It's like, dude, like, what the fuck?
You want to know the irony of it? Is Trump is winning. Trump won off of that idea.
I know.
Like, hey, we'll investigate all of it. JFK, MLK, 9/11. It'll all be investigated.
Kyle was saying you're gonna deter voters and traffic if you talk about these subjects, and what Trump did is he didn't do it specifically, he just dog whistled it.
I mean, if your voter
And
base doesn't care
they
about
won.
that shit,
No,
most of it is.
no, but
It's not about 9/11.
along.
It's not about 9/11. It's about caring about.
Oh,
Hey,
I
someone
wasn't
believes
saying that.
something. I'm not conflicting you. I'm just saying a point.
Oh, I misheard. I misheard then.
Anyways, yeah, it's like if they have a problem with that, you got bigger problems, Kyle. Like straight up. If you think, like, if you bring up 9/11, it's like, oh my god, these are whatever type of quote unquote leftists. Like, damn, they'll be turned off by this. Kind of like what Jimmy was doing for years, by the way. Jimmy did that for years. He's brand new to this. He brought on Kurt Metzger fuckface, and says it in his dumb voice, right? So it works now. But before Jimmy wasn't doing that. But Kyle was and probably still is afraid to go over those ideas. Now, you don't have to think that 9/11 was an inside. 9/11 was an inside job. You don't have to fucking do that. You don't have to fucking do that, Kyle. At the same time, it's like, if someone really believes that, what do you assess out of that scenario? Someone thinks something super duper corrupt happened, and they don't want it anymore. That's as simple as you need to fucking know. That's all you need to fucking know. Like, oh, it's believable that someone that means well believes this. That's all you need to know. But that's not what matters in politics, is it? That's nothing in politics. Politics is about fucking. It's become increasingly and increasingly more about marketing, and that is all that matters. All that matters in politics is marketing, apparently.
Marketing and 8-second sound bites.
Well, that one idea I said years ago, I'm like, oh, well, the main point of politics is morality. Like, hey, how do we get the most moral thing done? As far as like not the conspiracy, these guys want to kill people because they're eugenicists, whatever the fuck, right? But like the main idea of the well-meaning people is about morality. How do we express morals outwardly? How do we do that? That seems to be like going further and further away. And now it's more about like, what flag do you wear? What team t-shirt do you wear? What slogans do you say? It's kind of seemingly like that. But, hey, it is what it is.
Self-defense.
Everyone else does it too. So, like, why not? Fuck it.
It's self-defense when a 5-year-old has a grenade.
Jesus Christ. It's American Sniper? What?
Dubster, are you bored?
Where are you going?
You need something to do?
It's,
No, he said express some morals.
Are you bored, Dubster? Do you need something to do?
Guess what? They're recognizable too. Then.
You want me to get your coloring book?
The people that mean shit, they're actually. I think they're recognizable. It's just, it's not the name of the game, bro. In politics,
coloring is not my forte.
Empty calories, very empty calories.
Well, not with that attitude
and a bad script. But we accept it. So, hey, you know what? It is what it is. Dare I say I was recording this entire thing? What do we do with that? I recorded under a better format.
Does it go up, or are we going to trim this out?
No, nothing trimmed. Nothing trimmed. Not on YellBRo, bro. Nothing gets trimmed there. If we're making fun of, if we're doing pause jokes, I'll trim some shit up. But if we're talking about this type of stuff, no, sorry. It's all unedited, released. As annoying as that is. This one's better because it's only like hour 43 minutes. It's alright. Yeah. But okay. Any words from anyone? Kyle, I'm done with Kyle. I don't need to hear any more from them. Tell me to get his other ear pierced. How about that? That's my message to Kyle. But anyone else want to say anything?
Have some fucking symmetry, Kyle. Both ears or none.
Get a convertible. Get an electric convertible, just because how trolly it is. Do it.
So it's a legal form to show us like an individual payment of Social Security to prove that there was fraud in this scenario for this 150-year-old, like they keep saying. It's illegal for them to show the public a check with someone's name on it. That is a Social Security thing. So we are not presented any information. We're just being told from someone who's allowed to look at it, and it's a classification issue. Saying this guy's allowed to look at this classified stuff, and this guy, Kyle, is saying, well, the guy that's allowed to look at this classified stuff is lying to us. Okay, you can believe that, or you can believe in it. You still haven't seen it for yourself. Nobody has seen evidence of this one way or another.
That's true.
For all the topics that have been rampage for the last month, we're not allowed to look at the Department of Education's private classified stuff. We're not allowed to look at the USAID contracts and stuff.
Okay, but if someone runs for president, right, and they're like, "Hey, listen, the biggest problem in America is the pork that is in these bills for random shit," right? But then again, you as a citizen know about Iraq, right? At the very least, Dubster, you tell me, how many Americans are aware of the Iraq War and how we ended up there? How many do you think? We're like, oh, they lied to us to get us in a war over there, and now we're in a forever war on terror shit, right?
If we're going by today, how many people are aware?
Yeah. They voted several months ago, right?
50 million, probably.
And enough, I would think. Like adults, there's enough, right? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, like, how come that's not question number one? How come that's allowed? How is that allowed?
What do you mean?
Let's get real stupid about this. A lot of Americans are aware about, they lied to get us into a war over here that had nothing to do with the main reason we were pissed off. Right?
Weapons of mass destruction, yeah.
Versus, like, the war on terror, which is supposed to be like, oh, Bin Laden, but Bin Laden's not in fucking Iraq, so what are we doing in Iraq, right? The simple shit.
Well, he wasn't in Afghanistan either.
Well, the fact that question wasn't answered should already be like, we are already in trouble. Like, we're in a bad spot. Right? Or no?
Yeah.
There is no moving on from that. That's what I'm saying. Like, that should be like, that doesn't get worked out immediately by a populace of quote-unquote adults. Instead, these fools bought into skipping over that. It's like, fuck that. Let's move on to whoever. Obama, Biden, Trump, whatever their new political enemy is. The fact that happened and no one answered for it. Period. No one answered for that. We moved on from it like it didn't happen.
Scott Ritter answered for it.
He's not accountable to. He's not. Sorry, he's not accountable for any of this.
He said, I went over there and I found out that there was no weapons mass destruction, and that's
no.
We know
that's more underground. That's more underground YouTube shit.
No, that's why there's 50 million people today that know about this, because of what Scott Ritter did 20 years ago.
Well, it's kind of broadcast on TV.
He is the reason why we know there was no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Scott Ritter.
No, he's a part of that. Holy shit!
He is the part of us
so they said,
out.
"Hey, Scott, someone get a camera, put it on Scott fucking chest, send him in there by himself, and go investigate." Like, no, it's multiple people. There's several hundreds of people, right? Then forget about that.
No,
the war on terror, like it was after 9/11, right? Simple logic was like, this guy.
is when he went to
Dumb it down more.
Congress and he
Dumb it down.
said,
Good. Dumb it down more. Good.
when he, huh?
Yeah, good. Keep dumbing it down. Good.
When he went to Congress and said there was no weapons of mass destruction.
Okay.
That's when we found out.
Okay.
Like, we didn't know. We didn't know that we were being lied to until we were told we were being lied to.
Are you fucking? Who were the Did we know? Did we know the hijackers? Did we know where they were from? Were they from Iraq? Why did we end up in Iraq, Dubster? Even the fucking janitor. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it.
Because there was weapons of mass
The
destruction.
cleaners know. They're like, wait a minute, Iraq? But they're not from Iraq. What are we doing in Iraq? Saddam Hussein's a bad guy. Everyone figured it out after a certain time, bro. They all figured it out. Stop it.
Hold on.
What they did was they moved the goalposts. First it was Iraq was involved in 9/11 because they were cozy with Osama bin Laden. Then it was weapons of mass destruction. Then it was Saddam Hussein is just a bad person.
Hold on, though.
Either way, it didn't start. It did not start with Iraq, by the way. It didn't.
Hold on. So why did nobody figure out that when 9/11 happened, it was 18 Germans and 3 Saudi Arabians? Why were we in Afghanistan?
It's 13. He's trolling.
No, it's the official government report. There's 18 Germans and 3 Saudi Arabians, or it's the other way around. 18 Saudi Arabians and 3 Germans.
Can you imagine? It was 18 Germans dissolving into Thanos snapped his finger. I'm dissolving.
Okay, 18 Saudi Arabians and 3 Germans that hijacked the planes.
I think we all know that a pack of angry Germans ain't good for the Jews.
I think the idea was Saudis and some Pakistanis.
It was a bunch of Saudi Arabians and a few Lebanese and Egyptians, I think.
Okay.
There was no Afghanis.
Either way.
Either way,
the official government
the vast majority of them were Saudi Arabians.
Either
way, it actually came out not super long ago that Saudi Arabia basically orchestrated it, and that the U.S. government knew, and that they allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
Now, okay.
Because they wanted to invade. They wanted to invade Iraq anyway. This just gave them a pretext to do it.
Now, each presidency coming in should be able to pick that out and say something about logically, right? Dumb guy logic. Think about it. You're brand new to the government, fuck, I'm president. Holy shit! But everyone's crying about this, right? Everyone's crying about these things. Whether it's, let's say 2008, right? Occupy Wall Street, 9/11, whatever the topic is at the time period, right? That people were crying about. That Obama kind of subdued, right? He kind of took the anger and subdued it because they're fuck, Obama will do it for us, right? Right?
Yeah, hope and change. The old
now, Dubster, right?
I'm not saying that.
Did he not pacify a lot of the nation, or no?
Not me. He inspired me to fight back.
Yeah, you saw darker than darker than white chocolate. He's it's too,
I told you
that's too dark.
I went to his rally in Kansas City, and it was right after the Star Wars where Palpatine takes over the Senate, and it said,
"Oh God!"
and the public died in a thunderous applause. That's all I could think about.
Episode 3.
That was episode 3, and that was out in 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was out before the Obama rally I went to. And that's all I could think about.
You want to know? That's around the time I found Alex Jones. It was actually around that time period. Believe it or not, because he went to fucking Bohemian Grove years before that, and I saw a video of it.
Yeah, he did that. He did that in like 2000 or 2001. I want to say 2000.
Yes, and then he had like on YouTube, he had several documentaries on there too. One, the Obama thing was like after he got elected. That was like a couple years after, I think, like a year or two, I think. Maybe 09 or something. Obama deception or whatever. Like I remember these things, but I don't know. Either way, like I'm just learning about conspiracy. I'm just learning about everything: politics, conspiracy, music, film. Like I'm just learning about all these things, bro. I'm a straight up square before that. No lie. But it's like, damn, where was I going with that? I was like, I think I was gonna go with like, yo, how do people fall into that stuff? It's so alien to me that I can't understand it. I don't understand it. If someone,
I was more interested.
hold on, real quick, Dubster. If someone's like, yo, I am against killing, yo, and then 2 weeks later they vote for someone who's like, I'm gonna kill everyone. I can't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me in my head. It's like, how does that phenomenon happen? How does that happen, bro? It breaks my fucking heart. How does it happen? Because I think you were a fucking victim of it. Be real with you, Dubster. Sorry to put you on the spot, bro. But I think you thought something was going down that wasn't going down. But God, if you don't want to say anything, forget. Fair enough. I'll move on. But that's the feeling I got.
When I walked into like the park that this was at, I think it's the Lincoln Memorial Park where it was, for Kansas City. I seen like vendors and just guys with fucking bottles of water selling it for $5 a bottle of water. It's like,
Like you're outside a concert. Yeah.
Right. That just made me think like, because I'm still clueless to politics at the time. Like I wasn't aware of Alex Jones yet. I wasn't aware of the sovereign citizen thing that really snapped me in a different direction. I was like vaguely aware of politics just there because, president's here. Might as well. I got nothing else to do right now.
That's all of us.
I was homeless at the time, so I was down there. So fuck it, might as well go see what's going on.
But that's all of us, dude. Is it not? I mean,
it's like $5 for a bottle of water. Fuck, dude.
Well, yeah. But like you can't look at Kyle, look at Alex Jones. It's like, how do you fools become that? How does that happen? Is it money? Strictly money? Does it do that to people like that? To where the thing they're crying about is politically. If you say morality to me, I'm thinking spiritually. If you say morality to me, but they may just see it as like some sort of thing or whatever, some sort of psychological thing. Fair enough. How do you move that far?
You should listen to Alex Jones now. He is just begging for fucking money. He's begging every fucking 35 minutes for, come on, dude, just buy something from me. It's hilarious because he was like bitching about all this stuff. He's like, but I still have a 4-bedroom house, and I still have what's the Dodge Charger that is like overpowered? What's that?
I don't know. I know what you mean though.
Anyway,
the cop
it's
car.
like $100,000 car. It's $100,000 car. I'm like, bro, you got all these Lego balls. Why haven't you sold that and got a fucking $3,000 used car?
Well, hey,
it's just hilarious to me. Like, I need you to help me out because we're fighting all these legal bills. Why haven't you sold your assets yet?
It's because he wants to keep them.
I want to keep them. Duh. Fuck. And David Icke's just like hounding him everywhere.
Why haven't you downsized your house? Your children are grown. What do you need a 4-bedroom house anymore for?
David Icke is just following him everywhere, just hounding him. He's like, It's like, don't listen to this man. Bippity boppity, don't listen to this man. Don't do it.
Pip pip cheerio! Don't listen to Alexander Emmerich Jones. He's a fraud.
He's got a new natural thing to sell now. Shilajit. I guess it's something you get in India and the Himalayas or whatever.
It's called Shilajit. That's a troll, right?
No, it's something
Spell
natural.
Spell it for me, please.
Oh, I haven't seen it spelled. But he's saying I'm the only guy in the world with the clean shit. The rest of it has high metal. What is it? You can't
Ivermectin.
ingest. No metals, heavy metals.
Okay.
Anything, but if you get it from anywhere else, it's gonna have heavy metals. But if you get it from me, it's clean. So if you don't buy from me this thing that's great for you, you'll die.
I'm wrecked.
That's his pitch.
That's always been his pitch. In one form or another, that's always been his pitch. He suckers people in with the fucking conspiracy theory, and then he peddles his idiot supplements.
And Irish sea moss. Gotta get some of that Irish sea moss.
I have no idea what the fuck that is. But side note,
from Ireland.
God. Side note, I go on.
He's selling fucking seaweed.
Listen, I'm gonna spill a dirty secret here. I go on BitChute kinda often. I kind of go on BitChute. I just kind of, whatever. I go on BitChute, right? I swear to God, if you click on a video, I see either Donald Jr. or I see Matt Gaetz. Every other fucking it's just those two motherfuckers, bro. Over and over and over again. Or maybe like a special taser they might be selling as an advertisement. I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, bro. What is this? Have they taken over? Like, the thing that used to be like... Well, it used to be like... BitChute used to be like, kind of like... don't talk about them type shit, right? Am I tripping? They used to be kind of be like that.
What? BitChute?
BitChute.
No,
BitChute is where you can find the deleted stuff.
Exactly. Right? But it's kind of like not everyone knows about it type shit, right? It's kind of a little bit on the side, right? It's not the mainstream at all. But now all I'm seeing is Matt Gaetz selling me ivermectin and Donald Trump Jr. selling me whatever the fuck he's selling me. Insurance. I don't know what the fuck he's selling me. Insurance or something? I don't know. It's like, Jesus Christ,
Have you heard of
bro.
this? Have you heard of this methylene blue thing yet?
I don't know what that is.
Supposedly,
Sounds scary.
Like there's
I don't know.
Mel Gibson talked about on Joe Rogan, and then
Yeah, I'm scared.
RFK Jr. got seen taking it on a plane, and they're saying it's like it's a treatment for cancer. And I'm just hearing about it over and over and over again now. Methylene blue. Never heard of it before.
I'm not about to trust anything that guy says about cancer treatment.
It's pretty weird. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. I don't know nothing about it.